Welcome, everyone, to Talented Universe on this fabulous 5th day of January. As I had mentioned on our previous podcast, if you missed it, we were all saddened to learn that one of our co-hosts that does a lot of the vertical dramas passed away on January 2nd. So we just like to, again, express our condolences to her family and her friends, and she will be greatly missed here.
Yes.
But on a positive note, Marcia, how are you doing this fabulous 5th day of January that I still can't believe it's already the 5th?
Yeah, it's too funny that we were talking about the end of the year, and we're already in the 5th of January. It's like, and I do want to know, where's my flying car? Okay, I've had enough of this. I want to.
Well, Marcia, I took it because I wanted one before you. I'm sorry. So maybe I'll let you have it later. I haven't decided yet. So
Okay.
Depends how many questions you steal from that I was going to ask Luke. So that's what it all depends.
Fair game. Fair game.
Yes. But I would like to introduce our guest today, Luc Rosenthal. Luc, how are you hanging today?
I'm hanging. I'm definitely hanging. And I'm very sorry to hear about your co-host. That's
yeah, it was a shock to all of us. So
yeah.
Some people still don't believe it that it messaged me, and I said I wish it wasn't true, but
yeah,
it is. But what I'll start the craziness. What got you into verticals, or even everyone even say how'd you get into acting?
Oh, should I answer both of those? Or
yeah, or Marcia will, or Marcia's going to grab it. So I thought I might as well grab it.
Okay, all right. Well,
so she can't get that flying car from me, you know. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, well, I guess I'll start with the acting one because that came first. So I've always been a very imaginative kid. I'd spend so much time in my backyard. I'd have a stick, which was a sword in my head, and we had all these pricker bushes and stinging nettles, which were orcs and things. I'd be just hacking and slashing my way through those. And my dad actually read to me Lord of the Rings as a kid.
That's like a bedtime
story. Yeah, like the chapter a night sort of thing, and the Hobbit and all. And I got into like Redwall books by Brian Jacques. So just my childhood was just really defined and shaped by these great fantasy and science fiction stories. And so when acting came along, like I got into it, I was really, really young because I saw the family anecdote goes is that my family went to a performance with the tortoise and the hare. And we walked out of that show and I was like, what were they doing? What was that? I want to do whatever that was. And so my parents were really supportive. They got me into classes right away. And it was just great because it's I'm playing like my imaginary games in the backyard, but I'm like, I can do it with like an actual sword. Like, I don't have to pretend, like everyone's playing with me. I have costumes, and it's really like just a natural thing for me. And when it came time, when I became cognizant of like, oh, careers are a thing, future is a thing, I need to like make money somehow. Acting was like the only choice. I was like, well, this is the only thing I ever want to do for the whole life. So that was that. As far as verticals go, a big shout out to Joel Onesto, actually, who's a casting director I work with a lot. He actually picked me up for my first vertical. It was some featured background role where I say like two things at a dinner party or something like that. But yeah, he stuck me in there, and then I kind of just things snowballed from there essentially. But yeah, that's about that.
How many have you done so far of the verticals? Or did you lose count?
I haven't taken exact count, but my rough approximate estimate is somewhere between like 15 to 20-ish, somewhere in there.
It's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, it's amazing what you can, what in the verticals. I mean, most of the actors, if they've been in it for a while.
Yeah.
Talking about at least 6 months, they've done a lot.
Yeah.
They've done a lot. And I mean, some are up to 30, 40, and I think one we had almost had 50.
Yeah.
A lot of backgrounds.
Right.
And that was maybe in a year. That's what I mean. That's just maybe not a year, but a year and a half. but still.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy. So,
It is. It is. It really is.
now, had you done were you doing stage, or were you doing other projects that weren't verticals, or was it a mixture before
Yeah.
you came to?
So I had done a lot of stage throughout like middle school and high school and college. It was almost primarily stage. Like at my local community theater, I did some work in Seattle at like the Entenmann Theater and Seattle Children's Theater, which was a lot of fun. And then after I graduated college, I was in New York for a couple of years, and I came out to LA. And once I came out to LA, I started doing pretty much mostly screen, because that's just what's there. So it was like a lot of student films, short films, indie films, working on a lot, some pilots and things like that. So just just a lot of that stuff before verticals.
Well, that's quite a repertoire right there. Going back to Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Are there? Yes. Is there other fantasy franchises or sci-fi franchises that you are really into? Or is it too many to count? Or
yeah. I mean, we could spend hours and hours talking about all that. I mean, fantasy and sci-fi is just what I live for. I mean, it's what I want. I want to read it. I want to be in it. I want to create it. I just those are the worlds I adore.
So I mean, the Game of Thrones world you like too?
Game of Thrones, Star Trek, Star Wars, Warhammer, Battlestar Galactica, Stormlight Archives, Redwall I mentioned. There's more. There's so many more.
There are a lot. Well, just so you know, you're with kindred spirits.
Excellent.
Yes. Because one of the other shows we do on the network, that we've got actually 2 review shows coming up in about 2 weeks, is that show is called Trekking Across the Universe.
Oh, nice.
So in 2 weeks, we're going to start reviewing the new Game of Thrones prequel.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing that, and then we're also going to be doing the new Star Trek show, the Starfleet Academy. So
nice. Is that the Game of Thrones? Is that Night of Seven Kingdoms?
Yes.
Yes.
A Night of Seven Kingdoms.
Dunk and Egg are so cool. They are so cool.
So, in that note, I'm going to ask you something after we go off air. So stay with us after we go off the air.
Okay.
I don't like to ask certain questions on air because I don't want to, make you make decisions on air, and then But now Marcia is going to have a field day now, so I'm going to let Marcia have some fun.
Well, where shall we start? We're like Michael. We are all nerds, geeks here. I mean, super.
I did Star Trek fan films for years.
Yes, he did.
That's cool. That's
He's
so
a
cool.
huge
Built a set that Marcia actually visited.
Yeah.
Of the original Enterprise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oops, we lost him. He probably got too excited. Well, let's see. Hopefully he'll get it back. Oh, yeah, here he is. Yeah, now you're back.
Sorry. I had a technical slip up, it seems.
Well, I thought you got too excited when I said that. So
yeah, I definitely did. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep my just trying to take the stage back from Marcia so she'll get me. Go ahead, Marcia.
Yeah, I saw a video that you did of Tarvitz and Warhammer, where you were sitting in the chair on YouTube and you were acting a scene from.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's probably been a while.
This was years. This was during the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a little online video Oh my god. Yeah.
You were really into it.
I was. Yes, I was.
Now, was that a COVID project that you just did because you were?
That was I believe it was like some video contest where you you could submit like a little short scene or a monologue or something, and then people would like vote, and you'd go on to
Okay.
brackets and things. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I forget the name of the contest, but I think that's what that was.
Oh, okay. Well, since you're into sci-fi and fantasy, and I think dark fantasy is kind of your thing, have you ever been to a sci-fi convention?
I not really.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say like a proper like
Hmm.
uh uh
San Diego
yeah,
Comic-Con or
right. That's what I was trying to think of that. Yeah, that's the one. But I do go to an event every November. Funnily enough, it is also Warhammer related. It's a narrative thing where we all play games and we're telling a story collectively. And there's a lot of like I always cosplay when I go to that, and so
oh, great.
it's kind of like a convention / gaming event. So that's a lot of
Hmm.
fun.
Mhm.
So, do you have a character that you've used several times, or?
Uh, so I've gone 4 times now, and I've done one character twice, and did two different characters the other times. So I've done
Cool.
So I've reused one character once.
Because you're a very versatile actor, I noticed, because you have a chameleon look. You can change. Uh, I don't know how easy that is for you. For us, it's wonderful to look at. But is is that a conscious effort on your part to be versatile in that way?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's always good as an actor to be able to show yourself in that way, so you don't, get too quickly pigeonholed, or typecast into like one, doing one thing. I definitely think for me, like there there's always different philosophies to acting, and you could one big contrast is like, right, inside out or outside in. Do you go from like the core of the character, its essence, its being, and then that informs how you look and how you dress, or do you like kind of let your look and your dress kind of go back the other way? And I just find personally, like, if I can assume a physical appearance and mannerisms first, it kind of can help me figure out what's going on inside. So
Hmm.
that's
Well, let's talk a little about a call sign legacy. And we have had several of your co stars on, including just before you, we had Emily on.
oh,
And
awesome.
so Jaden, and we also had Jaden Coletti on, and we
Hmm.
were talking about his role, and you were an agent as well,
I
right?
was, yes.
And he said that they asked for over the top.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so in verticals, everything is heightened. It's all taken to its extremity. Um, because you want that big, smash cut to like the reaction, or
Whoops, we lost him again. Or I lost him.
I wonder if he's in Seattle. I think he's.
oh no, I freaked out again. Damn.
Yeah. No, that's
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, that's okay. It happens sometimes.
So yeah, you were talking about your role and.
Yeah, right. So yeah, they always want to heighten everything, make it dramatic, make it intense. Because that's
Mhm.
they just because I think it's part of the nature of like uh how they break it up, right? They always break these episodes up into little tiny chunks, and
Yeah.
so if you can end each episode with a big like, "Roar," it's on you, then the person wants to like, oh, so what happens after that big moment? What's gonna, so it's all,
Hmm.
yeah.
And I jumped to call sign, and then you also did a Shakespeare role. You played Petruchio from The Taming of the Shrew, probably
I
years ago. But
That
that
was, yeah, that was in high school. So that was a very long time ago, but yeah.
but that is also kind of a broad. You can take that a lot of places. That's one of
You
my
can.
favorite Shakespeare plays.
Yes, yes. You really can. It's famously one of his most problematic ones, right? Because, is it misogynistic or is it not? How do you have Kate, be at the end? But yeah, no, that one was a lot of fun for sure.
Hmm. So when you have classical training, you have a BA in theater.
Hmm.
So how do you think that your training in theater and classical theater and stage has helped you in the vertical world, or has it?
Well, that's certainly interesting. I actually, it's funny you say that, because I actually think there are some parallels where stage, you you're not overacting on stage, but you kind of heighten everything to an extent because you have to project, to the audience. So you can't be quite as subtle and nuanced. Not you are nuanced on stage, but you can be a little more contained and intimate on a camera, because the camera can go as close as it needs to get. Whereas stage, you kind of have to project everything, not just vocally but physically too. And so that certainly ties into the vertical world as well. And then it's a lot of, vertical is just a ton of memorization. And certainly, stage, right? Because stage, you have to memorize all your lines and say them right through the end. There's no cut, there's no redos. You got to do it all at once. So certainly the memorization component is great training for verticals.
Yeah. And I love some of the roles that I've seen that you had. This is a pilot, I think, for We're at Your Cervix.
No!
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was really funny. Your role.
Yeah. Did you see that, or
Yes.
oh wow. I don't.
And you wait, one line you said, oh, I said it. I finally
Yeah, right.
said
Yeah. For the audience, my character in that is, I'm working at a abortion clinic, and I have this irrational fear of the female anatomy. And so I can't say, I don't know if I can say it on here, but
Yeah, sure.
so the word vagina is something I can't say, and so my character.
You just did, so that's the way it goes.
Yeah, so then I have a breakthrough, and I'm like, I say it offhand, and then suddenly I realize, oh my God, I can say vagina now.
I have to tell you a little story related to the V word. Okay. I currently live in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm originally from New York City, so I'm really jaded. I think so I and there's a play called The Vagina Monologues.
Yes.
You may have heard of it. And it plays all over the country, and different actors and go in and play it. Well, it was getting ready to play here, and they had the marquee up, and it said Vagina Monologues. Well, this woman happened to drive by with her niece, and her niece apparently didn't know the female anatomy, and she got upset. And so the woman called up the theater and said, well, you have to take the sign down. We don't want to be talking about this. So the theater people got together and actually changed the name of the play to, get ready, the Hoo-Ha Monologue. And I'm thinking, this is better. So I'm thinking, this is where I live. Okay. But so with your role there, that especially that part reminded me of that kind of interaction and kind of challenge to speak about, frankly, about human anatomy.
Yeah.
You were funny.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think it's something it's kind of unique to America, where we're a bit prudish in that regard.
Mm-hmm. So, and that was a pilot.
That was a pilot. Yeah, it was done. It was kind of like a pseudo student film pilot combo, where it was a student project, but they certainly had the intent to pitch it to streaming services. I obviously, I don't think it ever got picked up, because
you would be in it.
You're right. One would hope, anyway.
Right. Michael, did you want to take it back, or I have more?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, and I'm talking about your versatility, because you were also in a sci-fi kind of Western thing, which I thought was really cool. And I haven't been able to find it to watch it, but it sounds so interesting, called Outer West.
Yes.
Can you tell me about this project?
I can. That was a really cool one. So that was a student film, and it was really neat, because it takes place on a train. Most of the film, some of it's in a bar, but most of it's on this train, or actually, I think it's the other way around. Most of it was in the bar. Some of it was on the train. My scenes were on the train. So obviously, I think the whole movie's on the train. But
yeah, train. Yeah.
Yeah, train. But so the way they did this train is they had like this set, and then in the background they had this huge LED screen that was playing like a landscape going, and there was like kind of like think of like a really high-tech monorail system.
Yes.
So you have like these rings on the outside. You can see the rings going by, and it's like, it was really, really cool. But basically in that one, there's like this company that is they're spreading this virus to test out. Oh shoot! You know what? I'm gonna forget the details of it. But there's some evil corporation. They're doing bad things with a virus on the planet, and these two people meet in a bar and make a stand. But I'm kind of the scientist on the train with like a little pad doing all the calculations and things, and I'm trying to I've got a bit of a conscience, but not enough to actually stand up and do anything about it. So I'm like saying like, hey, we shouldn't really be doing this, but in the end, I don't really have the courage to actually do anything about it. But.
And if you know a place where we can actually see that, I would love to see the finished product, because I saw some of the behind the scenes shots where you got some of the technology was something that was rare to be able to be used in a film project like that.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you. I really do. Because I don't think I even have a copy of that one. So.
Okay, but anyway, I'm a Western fan as well, and so melding that futuristic and Western sounds really fun. So I was happy to see that. And I also understand that you've done some animation, some animation characters, or is that something you would like to do?
That is absolutely something I would love to do. I can't recall I don't think I've done anything officially.
Okay.
I did do some dubbing, but that was for a live action thing. I dubbed for a Spanish show on Netflix called Welcome to the Family, I think it was called. From it was filmed in Catalonia. So I did some dubbing for that. But no, I mean, I'm a huge anime fan. I love anime.
What are some of your favorites in anime?
Oh,
I'm gonna go for the popular, like Attack on Titan.
Right. You all the greats. Yeah. Well, I don't know, greats arguably. Yeah, the popular ones. I mean, I do love Attack on Titan. I'm actually just finishing it because I watched like the first 2 seasons right when they came out, but then there was a big gap between season 2 and 3, and I fell off it. So now I'm going back through and rewatching it, and then watching through season. But I think Bleach was like kind of my first anime. I really, really like Bleach. Out of the big 3, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, I think Bleach is probably my favorite. I know might be very upsetting to some people out there, but
no.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was huge. He's so super good. Bob can't not mention that. Yeah, it was a lot.
And one more project that was kind of a in the fantasy. Well, maybe it was the Amalia Chronicles. That's coming up, right?
That is coming up. This is something I am hugely excited for. I think I've never been more excited for a project ever up to this point. But this will be coming out because we're still in pre-production right now. But that will be filming I think early 2027, I believe, was what the current schedule is. But that is something that someone named Kylene has. It's a whole fantasy world that she's come up with herself, and she's written books and creating this whole universe. And it's it's everything I want. It's magic, it's mages, fantasy, zombies, sword fights, warlocks, demons. It's got all the cool stuff in it. And I'm super, super excited to get started on that. It's gonna be really, really cool.
Well, so when you think about doing another project, are you looking for specific genres like that?
Absolutely. I am always hunting for sci-fi and fantasy. I see anything that says that, and I'm just like, please Put me in it. I want it. I want it so bad. Yes.
And so does throat singing have anything to do with your love for fantasy?
No, not really. It's just it's a long time ago. A friend of mine named Guy Sedora taught me a little bit about it, and I can, so yeah, it's just something I put on like my special skills thing. It's nothing compared to like real throat sing, which is like, in Peru and Tibet, and they, I could do these really, have like 2-3 tones at once from the same vocal cord.
Right.
Incredible. But I can do a very pale imitation of that.
Has anyone that you've auditioned for asked you about that particular talent that you have yet?
Yeah, well, occasionally. I mean, it's been so long because like in-person auditions are like not a thing anymore, which is great. It's all video, so like it's like those bygone days of having a conversation with the casting director when they ask you a little bit about your resume. Those are like long gone now, which is so weird to think about. But yes, back in the pre-COVID times of the before four with the true, there was there was an occasion to ask me about the throat singing sometimes.
Well, it's something to keep in your pack because you never know, because verticals are changing so fast, so quickly.
Yeah. Yep. They sure are.
What do you see happening in verticals now as far as movement forward?
Like what do I notice?
Yes. What do you notice that's changed since you first started doing verticals? That's changed about them.
I mean, I think one thing that's positive actually is I see a lot of branching out into different things. Like I think when verticals first came up, they were very, very entrenched in a few archetypes. A CEO and werewolves, and or a CEO and a werewolf together. And it was like very, very. I mean, and of course it's still very much a thing, but they're branching out. Like I've seen some verticals that are like actually doing like a fantasy medieval story, which is very cool. Some things are doing switched up formats. So I think like verticals, we kind of started like this, and we're starting to slowly, branch out into all these other little things. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I saw a vertical the other day when you were mentioning about branching out about Hera and the gods and goddesses, and I think
like the Greek pantheon. Does it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I could see you going there in a role that you might play enthusiastically, shall we say?
Well, that would be fun. I'd love to be maybe Hermes or Poseidon or something like that. That'd be cool.
So you want it back yet, Michael?
Yeah, let me get it back for a minute, just because I know you're going to steal a question that I wanted to ask. Probably, but I don't care. I really don't. But anyway, I'm going to go back to Call Sign Legacy. Did you get to sit in the simulator at all, or didn't you get to sit in the simulator?
No, I didn't. I was so sad. It looked so cool when I saw it. But no, I
thought that's what you're going to tell me, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. We did. Me and my scene partner, Agent Smith. We got to sit in a control room, which was kind of cool. We had a whole bunch of screens and doohickeys around us. We just kind of sat there, and we had a lot of reaction shots in there. So that was kind of cool, but not as cool as a cockpit, I have to say.
Did you get to see the plane in person at the museum, or because I was trying to think, were you even on that shot?
No, we weren't. Me and the other FBI agent, we weren't there during those simulators.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
We did. Oh, what we did do though? We did get to sit in a helicopter because we were on a set day where we were at like a hangar, like an airport hangar.
Yeah.
And we did get to go out, and we sat in a helicopter, and we're flying that around, and so that was cool. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, that's close. That's close to the end.
Yeah.
So better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing, indeed. Yes. Yes.
Now, what of all the verticals, plays, horizontal productions, just what has been your favorite so far that you have done? that you've had good memories from, or learned a lot of new things about your craft? Or
So I think I have two answers to this.
okay, I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you. So the first answer, I think like you said, memories. I think definitely like some of the best memories I have of acting would be I actually did a production of Richard III at the Entenmann's Theater and in Seattle, and that was it was just intense because it was one of my very first like truly professional productions. I was about like I don't know, 12, 13. I was pretty young, but I was one of the young princes that Richard has assassinated. He ensconced them in the Tower of London for a little while because they're the heirs and they're getting in the way, and then eventually he just has them killed. And so, it was just suddenly this was not just a fun thing I was doing. Suddenly it was just like the expectations of a professional setting, and I was meeting all these other like real adult acting professional people, and the director Bartlett Sher was kind of very intimidating and scary to me at first. So I got very sick like one of the first rehearsals. I came in, I was like throwing up, and he was like, I think he was like being sarcastic, and yeah, but he was giving me a hard time. But I don't think I fully understood the sarcasm.
At 12, yeah, I mean, yeah.
But just it was just so formative for me. I just learning so much, and I just had so many wonderful castmates. And it was just really a phenomenal, tremendous experience for me. So that I think great memories of my career. I guess the other answer is much more recent. I did a student film called Buzzkill, and I think that just will always stick out for me because it was one of the most demanding roles I've had to do in terms of the emotional athleticism and the places the character has to go and be, and looking, when I watch it, I can see so many things like, I could have hit that better. I need to work on that, but when I look at it as a whole, I'm like, I can be proud of that. I can be like that was like one of my biggest, maybe the biggest challenge I ever had to do, and I met it. I pretty much met it. And so yeah. So I think those are the two.
Yeah, and this is something you were talking about because the voiceover that you were talking about, I wasn't sure, was that an anime or was that just another production from another kind that you did a voiceover?
Yeah, that wasn't an anime. That was a live action show.
That's what I thought you said, because my next question, and Aisha posted, I knew she would because I saw she was watching. Verticals will end up like anime. It will branch out into what seems undiscovered country. But you know me, Michael, nothing beats anime, and it does. Aisha, anime all the way. And she usually asks, and I was going to ask it for her, would you like to do a voiceover for an anime character and put it in English?
I would. That's a dream, Michael. That's a dream of dreams. I would love that. That'd be yes. That'd be everything. It would be awesome. I would love to do that.
It'd be awesome. Yeah. Especially if your character was based on you and it looked like you, even better.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, sure. You never know. You never know what's going on. So
you never know.
Never know. What? No, that's not a good one. I'll go back to Marcia and I'll rethink that question.
Well, one thing we didn't specify was what was your very first vertical?
That's what it was. Go, you got it.
Oh, okay. Well, what's funny is the first one, because I was talking about Joel, the casting director who I work with a lot on these verticals. The first one he actually called me in for, I forget the name of it. I know it was some werewolf one, and I was one of the pack members, and I was just supposed to say something at a council meeting like, what, we can't have a Luna. It was always something about a Luna with these ones. But then they ended up not needing me, so I went out there. And and then they said, oh no, you know what? We're cutting this scene because we're behind schedule. We're not going to get to it. It's not critical. And so they paid me for the day and sent me home. So that was my first one.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh well, that was a good experience.
Yeah, it's just some free money is free money's free money. So
When you were talking about some of the stunts, well, even in call sign, you had some physical. Now, did you train for how do you train for doing stunts, or did you?
so I've done a little bit of stage combat in classes here and there. I wouldn't say I've gone through like a rigorous course for it. I mean a lot of it's just kind of picking stuff up on the job. Like I did a lot of stage combat in Shakespeare shows and theater
Yes.
productions, and so you kind of just pick up the basics of longsword, rapier,
Hmm.
epee, and hand-to-hand slaps, punches, all that stuff. So I think just over the years I've accrued a general toolbox of tools in that
Oh,
regard.
how to do that?
Yeah.
You said you've done probably 20 verticals by now. How much of your completed work are you able to watch? Or
This is really funny, I think, because um so you don't really get footage as from vertical production. As an actor, you don't really have access to that.
Mhm.
Obviously you can go on and the apps and pay lots of money and see it that way, which is not
We don't want to
ideal.
do that.
um so what can be done is actually a lot of these are posted to Daily Motion, which it's really funny. I actually thought like the productions did that after a certain amount of time, but then I learned. I was like, I one time I emailed. I think what, this is actually for Call Sign Legacy. I emailed one of the producers like, hey, just look, when I'm trying to build a vertical reel, look and see when you might post this on Daily Motion. He's like, yeah, all those are pirated.
Oh,
It's like, oh,
okay.
they are they? Um, but yeah, so that's kind of how I do it now. I just kind of
Mhm.
wait for about like a month after, and then I go to Daily Motion and
Mhm.
type in the name of the vertical, and then I snatch my little clips of myself for my use in the reels and things. And
Mhm. So
yeah.
how do you decide what clips to put on your reel?
Oh, I mean, it's tough. I think you want to accomplish a couple things with the reel. You want to show range and variety. So you want to show uh like some conversational stuff. You want to show some dramatic stuff. I think you like to catch someone's attention with like a really big clip at the start, like have something like really like
Mhm.
dramatic, especially for verticals. I think this is more so for a normal reel. It's crazy to say horizontal reel, but I guess that's the term. For a horizontal reel, it's you kind of play maybe a little more casual-ish, but for I think for a vertical reel, you just want to have a big show-stopping clip at the start, like something, it was you, or ah, or some crazy beat like that, and then
Catch
you
your
can kind of,
attention. Okay.
yeah.
Mm. And is there a kind of a standard length of a reel? Because I've noticed there's a little bit of variety in the length of a reel. That.
There certainly is. I think, I mean, and you hear different things from different people. I think you want to aim for uh a minute 30, I think, is a good length. I mean, 2 minutes maybe. I think 2 minutes is pushing it a little bit, though sometimes I find myself edging up there because I'm like, oh, I want to put all this stuff in. But I think probably a minute 15 is like kind of right
Okay.
around the sweet spot.
Okay. And in looking at there's so many costume changes in verticals, and sometimes you get to wear suits, sometimes you get to wear. I noticed your jacket that you have on. What
Yes.
is what kind of? It looks interesting. The jacket that you have on.
Yes. This is it's a faux leather jacket. It's actually a Warhammer jacket. My mom got for me a couple Christmases ago.
Oh,
So it's got like all the
yay,
Space Marine
mom!
chapter symbols in here. It's got the Imperial Aquila on the back,
There
for any,
you
any other
go.
Warhammer
That
fans out there. So yeah.
okay. And I'm gonna add my last question is gonna be one of the questions I love to ask is there's so many competition shows, reality shows,
Mm.
dating shows, cooking shows, pottery. If Luke you had to choose one to be on.
Oh,
You can do
that's
Amazing
rough.
Race. You can do Jeopardy. You can do.
I'm really not a fan of those that genre of show. But if I had gun to my head, I had to go on
Yes.
one.
Yes.
I would probably say maybe the Great British Baking Show. I don't know if I'm allowed. I'm not British, but
Love it.
but that's just at least you don't have that pointless like drama for the sake of drama. Everyone's just there to make friends and cook and make yummy treats. So that'd be nice. That'd be cozy.
I love that show. I think it's wonderful, and I've seen all the seasons. And next time, I want to see you on it. Sounds good.
To go quickly become a British citizen.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for spending time with us today. And I know you have some things coming up that we're going to be excited about. And Micheal, take it away. Oh, are you? He's muted.
Okay, I thought that was.
Sorry about that. No,
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I put it back on again. Anyway, is there anything that we have not brought up that you wanted to bring up to let your fans know about?
Something coming out soon, maybe.
I don't think
that you're allowed to talk about. We don't want you to.
Right.
NDA,
I mean, the most recent thing I was in was the Tech King, Husband is Tech King. I think that's out already. So yeah,
Okay.
nothing. Yeah, so.
Well, there
We'll
you
have
go.
to follow you on your page, and we'll see.
Indeed.
Luc, thank you so much for coming. We would love to have you back and maybe talk about some sci-fi stuff and things like that. Yes. So on behalf of Marcia and all of the people here at Talented Universe and on our massive NDB Media Network, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.